When we are younger, we're told to go to school, buy a house, start a family, and get a good job. But for current students, this dream is beginning to fade and becoming harder to achieve. In this segment of Kingston University News, we will discuss the skyrocketing prices of the housing markets within university towns and cities. According to an article on AOL.com, house prices in university towns and cities have increased by nearly £34,000 on average over the course of a 3-year degree, a report has found. Someone on a 4-year degree course will have seen average house prices in university towns increase by £44,000 over 25% over the period since 2014. According to a Halifax study, Kingston upon Thames has been listed as the second most expensive university town, with an average house price of £528,000. We at KU News asked a few students about their process on finding housing during the school year and if they ever thought about buying a house in Kingston.
Finding a place to live in the Surbiton area or in Kingston. I live in Surbiton now, but in the Kingston area was very difficult for us. We lived with my boyfriend's parents for about 8 months before we actually found a place, because most places would discriminate us against us because I'm a student and my boyfriend's a professional. And because it's not one or the other, they were just like, oh no, we can't have a student living in our flat. They might ruin it. And I'm just like, well, I'm a nice person. I wouldn't ruin your flat. Kingston is a very expensive place to live in. We currently rent, but we are looking into buying a place. But just paying the deposit of a place is at least 3 to 5 years of like full wages. It's just not feasible in like a proper, well, a day-to-day scenario. And the places that they offer are just not high quality places. They're quite run down. But if we want a new place, we're just going to end up in debt hell for a very long time, if we can even get to the point of buying it.
So actually at first I looked for a private accommodation, and it turned out it's possible to find something cheap and decent, but it's just so hard to book it, so the offers just disappeared so quickly. And then I looked for a student accommodation, and it turned out to be very cheap and in a good location because it's quite close to the university. Last year I rented a room in the second zone in London, and it was a bit more expensive, so the accommodation in Kingston is cheaper, but it's still very pricey, like for a student budget.
This is Jordan Robledo for KU News.